SeanPierceJohnson here. Welcome back to the studio. It is a very interesting day here on the channel because I got my new buddy Dakota here in the studio with me.
Guys?
You might know Dakota from Dakota's Cool Guitars. He's also the guy who sold me that Session Man pedal that we took a look at a little while ago. And he's brought some very cool things for us to check out. First and foremost of which, we're going to be taking a look at this very sick Flying V style guitar. He knows the whole story about it. We're kind of just hanging out for the day, checking out some cool gear, but we have to talk about this thing. Dakota, I'm going to let you take it away and talk about what exactly this thing is.
Okay, yeah, there's a lot of mystery on the internet of what went down with Brent Hinds and EGC and how many of these exist and all that, so I would be happy to kind of clear it up a little bit.
Clear it up.
Okay, there's 9 of these ever built, okay? There were 9 Brent Hinds models. There were 4 with the tortoiseshell pickguard, and I believe there were 3 with the wooden pickguard, which is the one that he used, and I think there might be another couple black guards out there. But they're very specific to the features on here as opposed to other EGCs that are the Flying V models. So this one is a really early one. This is serial number 539, and it's been circulating around the EGC collectors, you know, whatever you want to call it, like our
community
little
and thing.
World.
Yeah.
And when I found this guitar, I got this from a buddy of mine, and I had never seen one in person. And I remember I jokingly posted on Instagram in the background, like, of like a bunch of guitars, and just like had it as like a goof of like, hey, like check out a couple guitars. And I had people freaking out, like messaging me on Facebook, Instagram, friends of mine texting me going, where the hell are you and how do you have that? And I was like, oh, I own it now. And they were just like, they were losing it. So it's a really special guitar. It's got the really thin neck profile, and basically the story, what happened was, from what I understand, was Brent got upset over a misunderstanding when it came to how these were produced. I think he thought there were more than the original number, so there was only 9, but I thought, from what I understand, it was something like he thought there were a bunch made and he didn't get royalties or something. It was completely a misunderstanding. So the whole thing, how this blew up and how they stopped making them, was kind of a shame, because it probably could have kept going if it went the right way. But from now, Electrical Guitar Company is not making any more Gibson-style guitars. They're not making any more Flying Vs. They're definitely not making any more of these.
No.
So it's a really, really unique, special guitar, and I own this for a while, and I put it on Reverb, and there's another collector who also has the SG shape, which of course they don't make the Gibson shapes anymore. So he messaged me a while ago.
And right now, everybody's got to play authentic, so you know, they wouldn't be able to do that anyways.
No, there's no gaff tape over the headstock or whatever he said. You know what? I'll give it up, though. Mark's a nice dude, and I think he got a lot of bad press over something that wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
But that's another
video and another podcast.
This is an authentic Brent Hinds. And what really sets this thing apart, like we were talking earlier before we started shooting, these pickups sound really, really good. I've got a few EGCs, and I love everything about it. The hardware that they use is a Shaler, nice roller bridge, stays in tune nice. It's got the like the Vibrola style whammy bar, which is cool, wiggle stick, whatever you want to call it. It's got the super thin neck, which is a little bit to get used to, but once you do, it's like, it's funny. Like you play this and then you play like a regular Strat, and it feels like a boat neck. Like
all of a sudden, something kind of feels wrong.
It's funny, yeah. Like you go from this, like I used to play this and then play an R8. Like custom shop Les Paul with a big fat neck, and it wasn't even the biggest neck, but like the difference was so like shockingly, like your wrist hurt. You're just like, how is this possible? But this guitar is, like I said, there's only a few of them out there, and it sounds absolutely amazing. So we're plugged into, what is it, the OR?
Yeah, we got the Rocker Verb 100 rolling as we normally do here on the channel, but he's also brought an assortment of pedals, which we'll get some B-roll of and show you. And there's some real special stuff on the floor. Some of you vintage pedal freaks are going to be freaking out a little bit, and I'm freaking out a little bit because it's stuff that I've never gotten the chance to really try good examples of. So the basic setup is the guitar is going into a EHX Muff Fuzz. Now, I'm not talking like Muff Fuzz reissue. Like, this is real deal, like old school electro harmonics.
The first gen, yeah. There was 2 versions that they made. They made one with the actual plug that would like plug into your amp, which is like kind of difficult to use. So this isn't that model. This is the one that you plug both cables into. But it's a really rare one because like it's got the box. Not that that adds to the tone, but
it doesn't add to the tone, but it adds to the cool factor.
It's really cool.
Yeah.
And it's a reverse logo, so we'll get a shot of that. And what that means is they did a different color scheme on the front, which is like incredibly rare. But more importantly, you heard how it sounded when we were just checking it out. It's one of those pedals where you don't realize how underrated they are until you actually hold one and play it, and you're like, oh yeah,
I get it now. After that, we have the Stomp underfoot Ram's Head Muff.
Yes, which is the violet copy, which is by far my favorite Ram's Head clone on the market. I really can't say enough about this. I am not endorsed by them by any means or anything like that, but I have to admit that this is as good. I mean, I brought a real Ram's Head.
Yeah.
But this is really up there with the vintage stuff. Like, it sounds excellent, they're reliable, and it's a small footprint, which is nice.
Then after that, we have a very special rat.
Yes. This rat, I know the whole history on it, which was fun. I actually got it from Emerald City Guitars.
Okay.
You know, Jay. If you don't know that shop, I'd be surprised because it's like
it's a legit shop.
It's one of the best shops in the world. And I was on tour, and I had just gotten another big box rat at Chelsea Guitars, which is I've known those guys for years, and this was my first time at. It was my first time at Emerald City Guitars, and I walked in and immediately found the yellow Chiquita guitar from Back to the Future.
Oh my god.
In the case with the original strings. So
that's fantastic.
Dan from Atreyu has that now, because I was on a mission to find that guitar, the Marty McFly. I walked in and that was on the wall, and I literally just like took it off, and I was like, okay, this is coming.
I'll take
this
that.
is coming home. And then I saw in a glass case they had this and a Univibe. And I was like, what's the story on the rat? And they were just like, oh, it's an older one, and, you know, it's not really for sale. And I was like, I really like rats. Like, I really want to, can I try it out? And they're like, yeah. So I plug it in, and me and Jay come to a number, and I said, yeah, I can do that. So I bought it, and I remember coming back to the bus, and I had both of them. And they were just like, why'd you get another one? And I was like, no, this one says tone. It's completely different.
Yeah.
Which it was. And what was really special, originally, we thought the knobs were changed, and they're not. The knobs...
They're actually stock.
Yes. And what I ended up doing was I ended up finding tons of photos of the circuit boards of other, what they call fringe logo rats, which are the original logo in the first generation box. Like the Bud box, like that Josh talks about, there's like 10 of them in existence. I'm still looking for one of those. But
the man is a rat fan.
Yeah, so this thing has the original circuit board from the fringe logo rat with the newer logo, but with the old knobs. So basically what this is a transition rat, meaning it's got the old school circuit board. It's a very specific rat, and it sounds really good. It's not as harsh as the new ones. It's a lot warmer. I've played it with a Strat into a deluxe reverb, and
it's usable.
It's very usable. And then this is right off my pedal board.
The DM2.
DM2, which everybody they reissued the CE2 and the DM2, the Wazacraft.
Yeah.
And I dig those. They're not bad at all, but I really like the old stuff, and I always keep one of these on my pedal board. It's one of my buddies, Boz Borer from Morrissey, has used one of these for years as his slapback delay.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm nerdy enough to like, I know the serial number on that stuff, and like I found the exact same year version of that. So like,
fantastic.
Yeah. So when it comes to that stuff, I choose my pedals wisely.
As one should.
Yeah.
Really?
I like to have specific pedals for specific functions, but all in all, at the end of the day, it's about how they sound. The fact that this neck is one-piece billet aluminum, and he puts in a very, very slight bow into the neck, like the relief is actually built into it.
Okay.
That style, like that amount of machining and what you need to do and how unbelievably precise you have to be. These guitars stay in tune really great, and look, if you're playing in Fargo the neck's gonna be a little cold.
Yeah,
like that's
exactly.
part of the game. But that is what it is. They're really special for what they are, and this one, especially like I said, who it's going to.
Yeah.
The guy, he hit me up on Reverb, and I had tons of like you could look at the listing. It's still there, like the completed listing or whatever, and it had thousands of views. And I had tons of watchers and people offering me, and like lots of lowball offers, which it's part of the game. You just go, no, it's not for you. Don't worry about it. But this guy in particular hit me up and was like, dude, I'm buying a house and I have to have this guitar. Like, can you hold it for me? And like 9 out of 10 times when someone says that, the deal falls through.
Yeah.
And I was just like, look, man, like if you're really interested, let's talk, whatever. I hit him up and I said, hey, I still have the guitar. You still interested? And he's like, oh yeah, totally. He buys it. And I was like, oh, perfect. Then he starts messaging me and he goes, check this out. And he sends me the SG and he sends me his other EGCs and he's explaining why he has them. And like that sort of community, I was like, this guitar went to the right person.
Exactly.
And to me, that's a really big thing.
Let's hear some stuff.
Yeah, I'm gonna start off by just playing into the dirty channel, and then we'll mess around by turning some of these on, and yeah, we're just gonna riff around. So here we go.
Let's do it. Holy shit. Okay, this comes to me, and I want this dirty channel, and I want that Muff Fuzz on.
All right.
This thing, but hold on. We got to do one thing real quick.
there's nothing that sounds like those. That
Nothing sounds like that. I have had this rocker verb for over 10 years. It's been my main amp. I'm a Muff guy. Nothing has sounded like that Muff fuzz into that rocker verb.
I can't tell you how happy I was when I found that pedal, because I've been looking for. I didn't even care about it being a reverse logo, but I was looking for the one that sounded like that.
Yeah.
And when I found it, it had the box, and it was basically the wrong color, which is the reverse logo. And the first time I plugged it in, I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
And it's been like my secret weapon. I bring it to every session, and it's just like it's there and
it works.
And it only works off a battery. And we were talking about it earlier. I want to basically either make an exact clone of this one, or I don't want to modify it, but I kind of want to do like the battery clip where you just kind of clip it on there and have it sneak out the side of the pedal. And then because this pedal, we'll get a shot of it. There is no foot switch. It's just like a click on and off, and it's just a one knob boost. It's the weirdest, like, you wouldn't expect it to sound that good, and it literally sounds that good, especially in front of an orange.
Yeah.
But like, I've thrown it in front of like a blackface like Fender Deluxe, and just pushes the front end super hard, and it's just like, it just has.
Well, in the spirit of that, I'm on the clean channel now. Let's put that into the clean channel.
Sure. So I'm gonna have it at about halfway of the boost, and then we can go even more. But
sure.
Here, so.
It's just nothing sounds like that.
Yeah, they're highly underrated. So I'm hoping that this doesn't push the values up too much, because I still want to buy more of them.
Well, I'm not Josh Scott from JHS, so I don't see this video pushing the price up too much. But there's just something really cool about like this whole combination of things, because what you guys might not obviously this is an acrylic guitar, so you normally would think that something like this is going to be really heavy. This is actually a very comfortable weight. The only thing that's really heavy is it feels like it would be a little neck heavy.
Yeah, but most flying Vs are.
Yeah, but most Vs are.
Yeah, that aspect of it is kind of expected.
Yeah.
But yeah, luckily the body itself isn't too heavy, and what gets me on this guitar is like we were just playing there.
Yeah.
The clean tone.
Yeah.
Is ridiculous. Here, like split the two, split the both pickups. The middle position on the switch? Yeah.
Jazz chords on a V. Hold on.
Yeah.
And there's just like something about like the quality of these
pretty high output humbuckers.
Yeah.
But they clean up really well, and that was one thing when I got this, because like you're not playing a lot of clean stuff on this guitar, but it sounds really good for it, which is cool. So like as a live guitar, it could do both. I was always terrified to bring this out live, because if it's in really good shape, and it would bum me out if I like was the one to put like the one ding in the body or something. So like I do play it, but I never played out with it. And also, it's so ridiculous. Like you have to really play the part.
You gotta have a hell of a lot of balls in order to do this.
And if you're naked, you can literally see your balls through the guitar, which is even cooler.
And on that note, a ram set. Well, there we go.
Well, wait, one more thing.
Let's
do the Ram's Head and the Muff Fuzz together.
Okay.
We were messing around with that, and like we were both just.
That was a pretty special combination.
Yeah, that was a good moment.
Let's do that.
We're gonna start off with just the Muff Fuzz, and then I'll bring in the Ram's Head.
Sounds good.
Stomp underfoot.
Sounds good to me. Oh my god.
Yeah, I dig it.
So many cool things.
It's hard not to like just riff on this forever when you have it. Like when you have that much like gain going and that kind of fuzz tone, I'll just sit there for like literally like here I'm putting them both. To go on from here other than to just say, dude, it's so awesome that you came out and that you brought some of this cool stuff. Let everybody out there know where they can find you on the interwebs. Sure. So I'm on Instagram at Dakota's Cool Guitars, and my personal one is Dakota Plays Guitar. And yeah, follow me on there. I'll be posting some stuff to YouTube. You know, this will be watched in the future, so like there will be a whole backlog of stuff. But yeah, you can find me on there, and it's pretty easy to get a hold of me. I answer comments, and people send me questions and stuff. So yeah, that's easy enough.
And your main shop page would be a Reverb page?
Yes, dakotascoolguitars.com will just take you to my Reverb store.
There you go.
Yeah, it's easy to get a hold of.
There you go. We'll make sure all the links are down in the description below. I just want to say again, thank you, Dakota, for doing this.
It was my pleasure,
It was so awesome. And thank you to you guys for watching this. Please show Dakota some support. Check out his accounts. And in the meantime, if you liked this video and if you'd like to see more of this kind of cool stuff on the channel in the future, because we are kind of talking about possible ideas of this, let me know in the comment section below. Give this video a thumbs up. Make sure you click the subscribe button, turn on the notifications, and if you want to see any sort of behind the scenes stuff, Patreon is there as well to help keep the channel alive. So until next time, my friends, I'm SeanPierceJohnson, and for Dakota and Dakota's Cool Guitars, we both wish you all great tone and happy stomping. Cheers, friends. We'll see you next time.
See you later.